Okay, let's do this. We'll see how it lands. Because honestly, trying to summarize, analyze, and draw a clear, concise conclusion about the movie Cloud Atlas, it feels almost impossible. It's not a film that spoon-feeds you, and I'm convinced it needs to be rewatched a few times before it really starts to settle in. But when it does, it's like a smorgasbord of philosophy, spirituality, love, betrayal, action, futuristic visions, and the age-old question, do we only live once? Or could it be that life never really ends? Here's a little background before we dive in. Apparently it was Natalie Portman who inspired the Wachowskis to take on Cloud Atlas. She loved the book, and during breaks while working on V for Vendetta, she kept talking about it. Eventually, the Wachowskis decided to write the script and bring in Tom Tykwer. The three of them made it together. The movie came out in 2012, and it didn't exactly crush it at the box office. Ticket sales didn't even cover production costs, so it's often described as a commercial flop. But critically, it had its champions, and artistically, it was definitely a win. Cloud Atlas is about people and their ability to break free from the past and become something better. At least that's how I see it. I don't view the different storylines as separate. To me, it's all connected. The film jumps between 6 different time periods. The transatlantic slave trade in 1849, a relationship between 2 men in 1936, a nuclear scandal in 1973, the strange life of a publisher in 2012, a dystopian future in Neo-Soul in the year 2144, and finally the year 2321, where things have taken quite a turn. And Hugh Grant plays a bloodthirsty cannibal. Yep, that's the true truth. Quick side note, every one of those storylines is way more complex than I just made them sound like. If I were to dig into all of them, this video would be 3 hours long, and none of us have time for that. So instead, I want to focus on Tom Hanks' characters. Partly to save time, but mostly because I believe Tom Hanks is the key to understanding this film. And yes, characters. Plural. Every actor in Cloud Atlas plays multiple roles, and Tom Hanks plays 6 different characters. He kind of embodies the journey of human evolution. But to get there, his self has to go through a lot of transformation. He starts off as the sinister Dr. Goose, a man who's willing to poison people and take their gold. Then he shows up as the violent Dermot Hoggins, a gangster turned author who doesn't hesitate to kill a critic over a bad review. Fast forward to the future, and he's Zachary Bailey, a man literally haunted by demons that try to kill his courage and stop him for doing the right thing. Zachary is afraid, he's hesitant. And the threat of those cannibals, seriously, the fact that Hugh Grant suggests to that role is kind of amazing. Anyway, the cannibals looms constantly in the background. But eventually, Zachary pushes past his fear and stands up for what's right. And I don't think that moment is just about him, in that one time and place. To me, Cloud Atlas plants the idea that life doesn't end. We're born, we make mistakes because we don't know better, but then we get another shot. And maybe next time, we grow a little. Or maybe we slip backwards. And maybe that one life wasn't even about you, but about the person you lived with or worked with or crossed paths with in some way. That's something I see in all of Tom Hanks' characters, and really in all the characters in Cloud Atlas. The film seems to suggest that we're constantly evolving, life after life. Sure, we're taught we only get one life, so we rush to do everything. But Cloud Atlas flips that idea around. Messy, chaotic, absolutely. But we keep going, reborn as different versions of ourselves, picking up pieces of growth and awareness as we go. And eventually, after hundreds or even thousands of years, it starts to pay off. That's what I see in the character Zachary Bailey. He begins as the greedy doctor, but slowly, with some detours, moves towards something better. And finally, he starts to realize he's capable of more than he thought. He realizes it matters to stand up against violence and oppression. And Hugh Grant as violent, bloodthirsty villain, he's weirdly good at it. Anyway, let's wrap it up before this gets too long or too complicated. I think Cloud Atlas is an incredible film. And when I read that the movie almost didn't get made more than once, it makes me extra happy that it exists. Because in the category of movies that try to say something meaningful about life, Cloud Atlas has a lot to say. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoy this video, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me keep making more videos.